Lesson 13-2, Measure Metric Capacity and Mass. By the end of today's lesson, you will be able to rename and compare metric units of capacity and mass. Capacity is the amount a container can hold, and mass is the amount of matter in an object. So capacity, those are measured in liters, milliliters, and a kiloliter. The mass, that would be measured in a milligram, a gram, a kilogram, and a metric ton. We know that 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters, and that 1 kiloliter equals 1,000 liters. So you'll want to copy those down. Also, we know that 1 gram equals 1,000 milligrams, and 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. 1 metric ton equals 1,000 kilograms. You can rename metric units of capacity and mass the same way that you renamed the metric units of length in yesterday's lesson. So here's this chart. I want you to make sure that you have it copied down because you're going to be referring to it throughout today's lesson. But it's going to be the same way where we're going from one and converting down to another, or we're converting here and going up to another. So it's going to be the same way because metric units, remember, they're all base 10. And just like in the last lesson, if you're going from larger to smaller units, you're going to multiply. And if you go from smaller to larger, you're going to divide. So if we're asked, if we have 0.001 kiloliters, how many liters would that be? Well, that's going from larger to smaller because right here we have our kiloliters. And then we're going down over here just to liters. So we're going to multiply. So when we do that, we have 0.001 times 1,000. And that gives us 1 liter. Over here then, if we're given 355 milliliters, how many liters does that equal? Well, here we have the milliliters, and we're going to go smaller down here, or to the larger, sorry, right here. We're going to need to divide. So we have 355 divided by 1,000, because there's 1,000 of them in 1 milliliter. And when we divide that, we get 0.355 liters. Now remember, we can also do this by just moving our decimal as well. So let's start off over here with our kiloliters into liters. So I have 1 kiloliter, and I need to go, how many liters is that? So I move over here, 1, 2, 3 places. So here I'd move this 1, 2, 3 places, and when I do that, it's 1. Here we have milliliters into liters. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3 places. So here's where my decimal is, 1, 2, 3. My decimal point would be right there, and that's where it is when we multiplied or divided. All right, I want you to try this one on your own. 5.85 kilograms equals how many grams? So pause the video and then come back and check against my work. All right, so here I'm going to see kilograms are right here. And then I'm going to grams. So I'm going to move that 1, 2, 3 places. Here's my decimal, 1, 2, 3 places. So 5.85, and I need to move that 3 places. 1, 2, 3. Fill that in with another 0, and my decimal would now be there. So that's 5,850 grams. All right, I hope that's what you were able to get as well for that one. Now I want you to try 355, or I'm sorry, let's do 87,226 kilograms equals how many tons? All right, pause the video and then come back and check against mine. All right, so I'm in. Okay, so for this one, I need to revert back to my notes where I see that there we go, 1 ton equals 1,000 kilograms. Okay, so now if I divide 87,226 divided by 1,000, then I would get 87.226 tons. All right, I hope that's what you were able to get as well. Make sure you rewatch any part of today's lesson and make sure that you have this chart before heading off to do today's assignment.